And I think we're live. Happy Sunday, everybody. This is EBP Man and
Nelda.
And we're here to talk tech reviews and news. And how's your Sunday, Nelda?
Good, relaxing.
It's a relaxing Sunday, isn't it? It's actually a beautiful day in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. We went out for ice cream today. That's how nice it was.
And so it's February.
Which is odd because it's what's January and February are the coldest months of the year.
I was going to say, is it odd that it's February or what's odd?
The weather.
The weather is odd.
The weather.
So yeah, the weather. What's the? I didn't even pay attention to what's weather.
It's in the 40s.
Yeah, that's
February 4th.
That's tough. That's tough. February 4th, and we're in the 40s.
I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining either. So besides our banter, guys, for those of you who are joining us the very first time, we are basically covering on a regular basis, almost every Sunday, tech reviews and news, things that are latest in technology that we reviewed on the channel, as well as some of the things that are going on in technology. And you have to be under a rock if living under a rock. Look what I'm going to show you guys right now in a second. Let me go out to the side. And this is the Apple Vision Pro.
No, it's not.
It's not.
That is not the Apple Vision Pro.
Okay. What's the Apple Vision Pro?
This is the Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, you're gonna mess up your hair? You're gonna put that
it's
on?
Okay.
No. This is the Apple That isn't the Apple Vision Pro.
Yes, it is.
This is the Apple Vision Pro.
That is not the Apple Vision
it's
Pro.
It's not either.
Can you tell we don't have it yet?
Yeah, you get. Do we have Apple Vision Pro NV? Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well,
for the price.
So guys, Apple Vision is out, right? And this is what we're talking about, the Apple Vision Pro. And I think Apple refuses to call it a AR or VR headset. They're calling it something totally different. And I'll be really fair with them because their product is a little bit different. The fact is that this is the only solution. And I don't want to say it's the only solution because I'm going to bring this one up back for a second. This one has an operating system. This is actually a Govee. Really like it because it's cool. It looks like it's almost like looks like one of those characters from one of the Marvel or DC universe. We'll test you guys out. But which one? Look at that line that it has there and it lights up. It looks really, really cool. So I kind of like this one. But then also we have two others that Nelda and I have played with, and I haven't put any reviews on these out on the channel. Maybe I should. So here we have, this is again, this is Facebook's, right? So this is one of their products, and this is from Meta. Yep, it has a little Meta in the back there. And this one also has an operating system. The other one actually has like, well, it's not. It's a display that connects to a box that has an operating system. This one has a light operating system, and so does yours, right? Show yours for a second. Right. And, you know, we love AR, VR so much that, Nelda, how often do you use yours?
Not as often as I should.
Not as often. So why are we talking about the Apple Vision Pro? Well, first of all kidding aside, I do think that the Apple Vision Pro has some really cool tech. I think it has some amazing technology. And what I love about just the tech companies in general is that everybody is pushing each other for greatness. So this product has an amazing operating system on it. It's I would truly say that it has its own operating system, which means that it can run independently. You know, obviously it will be connected to your iPhone for Wi-Fi, and it does leverage a Mac, and the experience becomes even better when you do. But this product, you're seeing a lot of the influencers have this, and we're going to go ahead and pull out for a second. And you'll notice here that it has some eyes, or this person. It's almost like you can see through it. Actually, this is a recording of the person that was taken. And then this is a video display of the person's eyes, but it synchronizes with that person. So if that person's eyes are closed, then it's going to be closed. If it's open, it's open. And it's kind of freaky the way this works. But the cool thing about the solution is that once you wear it, it basically gives you a virtual desktop. You can see the world around you, and it has incredibly low latency. And you can see kind of like what the experience is right here. It also gives you the ability to have like a virtual desktop. So you'll be able to work like having a computer, but no one else can see it. But I will say that as you're doing these cool things, and you can see what people look like, it is very similar to one of the video game series or movies out there that depicted society completely in a virtual world. You remember that one?
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One. Yeah. What did you think about Ready Player One?
The movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was very entertaining, but you know, it's kind of a little sad in the future that everybody's wearing these headsets.
Yeah.
But you know.
And there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. So for example,
we did see some at CES.
Yeah, we did see. We saw a lot of it. We saw haptic vests. So these are these vests that you would wear, and the vests themselves, you would, just like Ready Player One, you would feel it. You would feel everything was going. Gloves that you would feel, and they had different type of vests and gloves that, depending on how much tactile feeling you wanted, it had 25 points, 48 points, whatever it was. That, and obviously, I don't know what people are doing with these things, but I guess if you are in a first-person shooter game and you want to be able to experience just the impact or whatever you're doing, it allows you to do it. So anyways, there's a lot there. But what I've also been seeing is, so the several influencers, one of the ones I like the most is probably Marquise Brownlee.
I was just going to say.
Right. I think he is probably the most objective about it. He's still geeked out about it, like many people are. And frankly, I am as well. But I'm more geeked out about what it means to computing. Because I don't know, we have several devices, as you saw, and we do these because we're just interested in learning about that technology and having an opinion. But I don't know if society should be walking around, and you would be in your room watching TV with your family, everyone wearing a headset, even though you could probably share screens. There's things like that you can do. But what you're talking about is carrying around your face something like this. And the boxes are big. Like the one that I showed you from Govee, the case is pretty large. This is, if you have a backpack and you're going on a plane and you're taking that with you, it's going to take up at least
a carry-on.
Yeah, it could take on the carry-on. And this is definitely the case with this. But I could see a lot of people on planes, especially mass affluent, with this on a plane. But you only get about 2 hours. And one of the major complaints that I've heard so far, I was talking to a couple other of acquaintances and friends on YouTube. I was talking to Uncle Jesse, and it's the weight. Not the weight for it, but the weight of the unit itself. But everybody thinks it's amazing. Everybody says that that there is the technology itself. Like literally, someone was playing ping pong with this thing on, and the response rate between what you see and then also what is captured and what all this stuff, like the response time is 12 milliseconds. 12 milliseconds. And that's really fast. So literally imagine playing ping pong and wearing one of these things. So the question is, should you get one of these, right? And one other thing I wanted to highlight before we go into that, because Nilda and I will go into a debate on this. The price tag for this product is $3,500. $3,000. And Dave, thanks for your comment. Absolutely. This is something that Nilda and I have been talking about a lot. Did you put that comment up? Had you?
Yeah, I just showed. Yes.
So really, this is something that she and I were talking about, and we were watching the videos, and I think I'm going to be getting one. Why? We'll answer that a little bit later. But it is really to test and to really experience it. But one of the things I wanted to say is that this costs $3,500. So I want to let that sink in for a second. $3,500. So, so Nilda, what can you do with $3,500?
What can I do?
Yes.
With $3,500? God, on vacation.
Hey, Big Al.
Hi.
So 3,500 is
towards a car.
It could be a car.
Something.
Yeah, right. $3,500 could be a car. 3,500
earnest money on a home.
Could be. You think that much? Yeah.
For 350,000, 1%.
1%. Duh. No. Right. Car. It could be a massive TV.
Yeah, that's
3,500.
Diamond ring.
It could be. Well, yeah.
Towards
a diamond ring if you're getting married. It could also be used for, a ultra short throw projector. You guys know I love those. And you could actually get not one. Hey,
tech for your needs.
Welcome.
See, he he knows exactly.
You could buy for a shed to store all your toys.
Yes.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could.
One.
We could. You couldn't get. I don't know if it would not be called a she shed or a he shed. It would be called a tech shed.
Yes, tech shed.
Yes, the tech shed depot. So there's a lot of things that you can spend $3,500 on. And I'll just say that outright. So the person who's going to buy this is going to be a huge tech enthusiast, right? It could be a developer. So if you have in your family developers, people who are doing coding, and Apple's ecosystem is an ecosystem, right? Check this out. TV, computer, camera.
See?
Yeah. It's like what I would be. Yep, absolutely. So can spend the money so many other ways. Return on investment for sure. So there's a lot of options, right? And I just wanted to highlight because it's out there. And I don't know that I would recommend, unless you have a business reason, or you have disposable income, or you're in a business sense, like I mentioned, a developer or someone who is into user experience and design, and you want to experience what this is going to be like, then, or you are the type of person that it's going to go into fad, for you to grab this. What is your opinion on this, Nola?
I will support you in anything you want to do. That's my opinion. That's, yeah, again, that's a hefty thing for her. If you're going to use it a lot, then, and if you have the money to spend, then by all means, get it if you want it. It's a toy.
When you look, yeah, it's really right now, it's a first generation product. It is a pro version. So that was the other conversation, is that there's been a lot of talk, is if this is going to be a second generation, will it be advanced as this one, or is it going to be less advanced? And I would say it's probably going to be less advanced, because if this already has pro, then it should, the next version would be less. But I question that, because some people would argue that this device from Meta, let me bring it back up. This one right here from Meta, and let's make sure you guys can see us. This one right here is Pro, but the Quest 3, some will argue that the new Quest is better than the Pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some will argue with that. And that's just one thing to consider. So
this doesn't look like as you can travel with this very easily.
None of these things you can travel. I actually prefer.
You can't fold it in or anything.
One of the things that I use a lot on every trip is I take with myself my AR glasses. And my AR glasses are the ones that look like the glasses I have on, and I really take those with me. So I take those, and I can watch movies. I can use it as a secondary screen for my computer, and I don't look weird. I don't look as weird. I do get some looks from the flight attendants as they're checking me out. But let's talk about $3,500. If you're looking to get this, everyone is advising, go into the store, get a fitting, check it out so you can understand it. They will give you certain bands. If you cannot make it to the store and you're going to order it, then one of the things that you can do when you have an iPhone is the iPhone will do a face scan, and that face scan will then allow you to configure the straps. It's not the face shield that you see right here is the same face shields for everybody, but the straps are going to be a little bit different. And you can see how this goes with, again, this person. Everybody is saying that it's too heavy, and the way to deal with the weight after 2 hours is to have the strap over your head, which is very similar. Like, you want to bring yours on?
Very similar to this one.
Yeah. So the one that Nola has right there, that one right there is what you're talking about, but that messes with your hair big time. So if you have, again, that line on your head, you're going to have the line everywhere.
Like our kids?
Yeah, like our kids do, and many kids do, who are wearing headphones. So there's a lot of that going on. So anyone who's watching, are you going to get one? What are the comments saying? Are people looking? I
don't know. It's like, no one's saying anything. I mean, it's a tough one.
It has good sound. You can see it, but I don't know. So I thought I'd share with you this product because I thought it was a really interesting. There's a lot of stuff going on, and let's face it, if you are tied into Apple's ecosystem, I have a lot of Apple products. I'm running, as you can see, this on Apple, but I also have a lot of Windows products, and I would say I lean more towards Android on most of the things that I use day to day. But when it comes to video editing, there's I go for the top or the fit for purpose.
Out of his price range.
Yeah, tech for your needs. Absolutely.
I felt that comment. I felt it.
Everybody does. I kept on looking at it and talking to a lot of the friends and saying, so what do you think? What do you really think? Now, what do you think on Facebook?
What's the reason for the $3,500 price tag on that? Is anybody, are they talking
I
about
don't,
it?
no one, I haven't seen a teardown to say what the tech is really worth. You know, there are a lot of people that
Are
are
they
out there.
computing it like with a laptop or tablet or something? I mean,
Well, the problem with this is that even with a laptop, you still need a Mac to really get the full potential. It has an operating system on it, and it has some really decent computing power on it, but it does still require another device. So if you really think about it, for you to take advantage of this device 100%, you need to spend $3,500 plus, depending on the memory. Then you got to get a Mac, which is going to be another couple grand. So now you're looking at, $5,000 to $6,000. So,
oh my God.
anyways, it's on the high end. So we're going to continue this theme of, should you buy or should you not buy?
All right. So Verizon finance I saw today was like $250.
200. Oh, that's a car payment. That could be, I don't know anymore. If car payments have gone up with the way the market's been changing, but ooh.
Is a computer.
Yeah, the only thing I'm missing is the computer. Yeah.
It's got one more comment. It costs tech inside developers marketing. That is why it's cost this price.
Yeah. Apple's good about inventing things, but Apple's really good about also locking things in and making it so that you have to buy the next one. Nothing is upgradable with Apple. Even my desktop, I cannot upgrade the memory, or the storage. If you get something that has 512 gig of storage or less or more, you're stuck. Unless you put external drives and you have to go through all this process. So it's like they're pretty slick about tying you into their ecosystem and then making you buy more stuff. So good for them because they figure that out. So
they're really good at marketing.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is this. And we'll talk about the cases because we have a couple of cases that I just wanted to highlight if you haven't considered them that I'm recommending. But I wanted to talk about the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's been now a little bit over a week. And I'd love to hear your opinion, Nilda, of what you think about it. Is this, first of all, we're going to talk about your opinion, and then I'd like for you to share.
It's nowhere near yours.
Should we buy? So if you were talking to someone and they say, hey, Nilda, what do you think? Should I buy it? And let's say they have an S23. They have last year's model. But first of all, before we do that, those are the two questions.
Well, I had last year's model.
You did, right? But you're also married to me, so that comes with benefits. Because I upgrade you, and I need someone who's going to be, my my test case, my test subject that is going to help me. I'm going to be excited about it, and she's going to be realistic about it.
Yes.
So what are the features that you love most about the S24 Ultra, and what is the thing you like the least?
The least? Let's go with the least. I don't think there's anything least. I mean,
yes, there is. You told me.
I did tell you?
Yes, you did.
Well, you're gonna have to remind me because I don't remember what I had for breakfast. Oh my God. When did I tell you?
When we were prepping for this, you said, I hate this. I won't do this ever again. I'm not gonna upgrade to the next version.
Yes. I don't
care
like
how good it is.
The transferring from your old phone to the new phone I'm not a fan of it. So I said I'm gonna wait till the S26 comes out. I'm gonna skip one.
So there's definitely Smart Switch allows you to switch information from one to the other. It's easy, but there's still a lot of password syncing. If you're using security, for example, if you have any kind of security passes, any kind of controls on your phones, that kind of stuff is going to take some time.
The keyboard.
And then we'll talk about this. So we're a fan of. It used to be called SwiftKey. I don't know if you guys have heard of SwiftKey before. And some people really love the Gboard, which is another great keyboard. And basically, in order to be able to take advantage of one of the most, I would say, one of the key features of the new phone is going to be the AI.
Which that's the part I love.
That's okay. So that's the part. Okay. I'm not going to go into the AI yet.
I'm just still learning it.
So you don't. So you don't like the transfer. You don't like the keyboard, but
I like the AI
because in order to get the AI and the keyboard for chat translation, for all the features that they're talking about, you have to have their keyboard.
Yes.
The Samsung keyboard, right? And anyways, all right. So AI. So tell us, what else do you like, or what about the AI do you like? Because I like AI, but my is different.
Well, I don't use my phone like you use your phone as much. I use it for pictures. I love taking pictures, and I love the feature of the AI that you can kind of trace it around, move it around, change the background, change the image. And what I noticed when I was playing around with it, it gives you a watermark, so lets people know that it's AI. It was done by AI, so people know
it's AI generated.
Exactly. So
I think,
yeah,
you know what? I think, I don't know. I like seeing the watermark.
I have no problem with it.
And I'm going to tell you why. And we'll see if we share the same opinion on the why.
Okay, go for it.
But I recall our son, our youngest son, feeling that he was unfulfilled because he wasn't traveling to the degree that people on Instagram were, people his age.
Yes.
Right? Because let's face it, there's a lot of fake stuff in social media, right? Where you are, what you're doing, where you're posting, you're not there.
Look around that.
Yeah, right. And I wish there was a disclaimer that said not true, right? So having something on like this where it says this is not real, so that if you look skinnier, it's not real. If you look curvier, you're not real. If you have, more hair, less hair, less grays, more gray, short or long hair, and it says it's altered, I think it's socially responsible because it does help with those who suffer from any type of expectation anxiety that people have. Yes. Right. I'm not going to get into that topic, but it's like, but yeah. So the AI, what else did you like?
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but I love when I was on a phone call on Friday and we were at a restaurant and a friend called and you grabbed my phone because of the background noise. You did something. What did you do?
Okay. So this is what she's talking about. And if you're on a phone call if you have a Samsung Galaxy S24 series upgraded from S22 Ultra, you want to read that?
I'm very dissatisfied with how the colors looked washed out comparatively.
Yeah, the colors. So you referring to the colors on the screen or the colors of the phones themselves? Because they went almost like a pastel palette. They really didn't go with a really bright palette. Everything was like very muted. Even I'm going to take the cover off of mine, and when you look at my purple, it looks more like gray than purple. All right, so I'm going to show you. So I have the purple, and by the way,
does not look purple.
This was by mistake. Is that purple, guys? It's cool because look at right there, it looks purple. Right there, it doesn't look purple. And at first I was gonna At first I was gonna send this back because I said I didn't want purple. I wanted either the black or the gray like you got. But then I go like, you know what? I can dig with this. It's okay. It's almost like having a car that has a wrap, and then depending on the angle, you can see different colors. Now that is obvious.
Yeah,
that is really obvious. You can tell which phone that is or what color. So yeah, so I thought the colors were a little bit muted. The feature that I was mentioning is if you're on a phone call and you swipe down, you're going to see I think it's an orange. Was it orange or red? Do you remember what color it was?
You did it so fast.
It was like orange or red icon that says, that has focus, right? And what you can do is you can change it to voice focus. What it's going to do.
Oh, he's talking about the colors
on the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you like the saturated colors.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The screen.
Ah, yes. Yes. I agree with you. There's been a lot of that. I think that they're trying to do the same thing that Apple does, where they're, I prefer also highly saturated colors. I just like that. But I've noticed that they've kind of like brought that down a little bit.
What's the reason for that?
I just think that they're just, trying to attract more Apple people over. But one of the things I will mention is, and we count ourselves Apple people too, right? Because I have an iPhone over there as well. But I think that there's a lot of influence. Hence the titanium. Apple came out with the titanium. Now they have titanium too. Apple got rid of the headphone jack. So did Samsung, memory, all this kind of stuff. So there's always keeping up with the Apple Joneses. But what I was saying is, like, as soon as you choose that setting, you do the voice focus. Now, describe the scene that you're in and what happened.
We were having breakfast, and it was sort of a little bit loud.
Yep.
I was on a phone call, and then the person I was talking to, my friend I was talking to, could hear the background. All of a sudden, just
gone. Absolutely gone.
He's like, the last thing I heard was you talking, he said, and then everything disappeared.
Now you were also at a restaurant, right? You were at a restaurant.
I was at a restaurant, yes.
You were at a restaurant, and there were about 100 people. And this was a private gathering, right? So we're talking about a confined space.
You're talking about
a confined space where there was
loud music,
100 people, loud music playing, and I could not hear anything at all except her voice.
Yeah, I'm like, do you hear the music? And he's like, I don't hear anything.
Nope. Now, here's
That is, I love it.
here's the bad thing about that feature is that it does not work with headphones. It only works on the handset unless you are using Google's product, like the Google Buds.
Oh,
The
really?
Google Buds Pro will do that.
Interesting.
They'll tie into it. That's actually a feature that came from Google. It's one of the Google things. What else before I share my likes?
That's basically it.
That's basically it. All right.
Oh, battery life.
You said it. Yes. I was going to
Battery
remind you
life.
that. What about battery life? What are you noticing?
It's lasting a whole lot longer. And things are I don't know how important it is to people. I noticed that when I open my apps, it's like rapid.
It's super
Again,
snappy.
I'm like, I don't know if it's just me or if other people are noticing that.
Yep. So upgrade or not upgrade if you're an S23 user?
Depends if they want the AI.
If the AI stuff is important to them for cameras and all that. Because you said the camera's actually really good too. You thought that that it's much better.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
In my opinion.
All right. So let me show you something on screen, guys. So this right here, I'll get a little bit closer and that should come out really clear right there. So this is the voice recorder app that comes with the Samsung phone. If you haven't tried it and you have the S24 Ultra, you should try it. So basically what this is my narration. So I was basically preparing a script and I was just going through screens, going through the phone and just saying it out loud, like getting things together. And the cool thing is that as soon as I was completed, I then chose summary mode and then look at what it did. It basically created a summary for me, 100% of what I said with all my key points. That is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's good for people who have to take notes and stuff like that. It just automatically does it for you.
And the power of this is, so this is using Bard.
Yeah, Google
so this
Bard.
is using Google Bard, and which is the AI. It's very similar to ChatGPT. And matter of fact, it probably has elements of it powering it in the background. But the neat thing about this is a free service. A few weeks ago, we talked about Plod AI, right? And you saw Plod AI. You want to talk about that? I'm going to see if I have one here and I'll grab it.
Plod AI is it's like a little credit card, very small, fits in your wallet, and you use it to record seminars, school. You can use it for meetings, and it'll do the same thing that the Samsung 24 Ultras, their system.
Too far to reach, but I have one there. Check out on my channel.
Plod,
you'll see
Plaud.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's a subscription-based service that does the same thing. Now, I will say it does the same thing, but it does a flavor.
It's smaller,
of it.
Yeah.
It's a flavor. It's an independent device. The one thing I do like about Plod AI is that when you connect it to your phone, it will record. Like it uses MagSafe to connect to your phone. The mics, it has a mic that does external recording, like if you're doing a lecture recording, but then it also does, if it's connected to your phone, it will record your phone call. That's cool.
It says, not sure how the deeper, richer colors on the 22 Ultra wouldn't be more desirable. Going to faded colors seem to be a step backwards.
I agree with you. I agree with that. And that says we haven't stated our position yet. We're just talking about what we like.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you have another one out there?
Yeah, another. I can get this to show up.
There you go. AntiReflective rocks. Yeah, it does. It could, and maybe it does. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try to see. I'll see if I can get an answer from our rep, and have them let us know. So AntiReflective, yeah, this thing is, so even though right now it's reflecting, I'm going to see if I can get some of my key light, see if it shows up right there. Right there, there's the key light that's showing up. It is not as bright, and you just, even when you're outdoors, you can tell the difference with this thing. The AI for me is standout, especially if you're a student, if you're a business person, and you want to be able to keep notes, accurate notes, and summarize things. I would definitely do that. For what?
He also, this is to your advice. Yes.
Yes. Nice. Very cool. And the other thing I like about it is processor. So the disk and the memory on this phone is super fast. And if you compare it, you can run Geekbench tests on these. And we have our S23s that we haven't turned in yet, except one of them is not going back because we discovered something. Will you confess?
I'm ashamed. I dropped it. And it cracked.
Yeah. So
badly.
When you do your trade-in, $750 trade-in, It basically says,
I didn't even know.
is it damaged or not? And we have good cases on our phones, and I expected that our phones were going to be pristine. We really, you know, we take care of them. And when I removed the cover to Nilda's phone, her nice lavender phone, it was shattered. The actual back. So yeah.
Hopefully they won't notice.
They'll notice. So we're not gonna get the full amount there, but that's okay. You know what's not good, but it is. It is what it is. So
I've never broken a phone like that before.
So is it worth the upgrade? What do you say?
Again, if you want the AI, if you don't want to wait till, because other phones are going to get that, like what, 6 months down the road?
Or less, yeah, something like that. Yep.
So it comes down to, you know, how soon they want to try out the AI and get a new phone. Upgrade it if you want to.
Okay.
I mean, the price is good if you're trading in. Was it like 500?
I'd say the trade-in value is not bad. The
Yeah.
$750 trade-in value, and depending on some carriers are giving it to you for free with credits.
Yeah.
If you can get a carrier deal, or you can get like a Best Buy deal or some deal, hey, go ahead and do it. If it doesn't impact you financially, I would say upgrade. Why not? Because you're going to get a better battery, you're going to get better processor, better speeds, you're going to get a better camera.
And all you people out there like Victor, who has like the S10, time to upgrade, buddy.
Yeah. No, is it? I think he has like an S9.
S9
or S8. So if you have an S8, S9, S10, you know, all the way up to before the S22, definitely worth the upgrade, right? Because that's going to continue to depreciate. So I would say, yeah. But if you're an S23, I don't know, unless you want to have the latest, and there's a lot of people do, or you have Samsung Forever upgrades, which a lot of people do, like with T-Mobile. I'd say it's an incremental upgrade. Yeah, we do. So I would say that's it. There's other things that I like about it: speed, processing. There's no killer app. There's no killer experience. But you know, there are some killer cases. So here's some killer cases, and I wanted to share these with you because these are very affordable, but they're very functional as well. So this is a case I purchased, right? So this is ESR Flick Stand case. This one right here. I put this. There should be a link. I put a link for you guys if you guys are interested. Also supports the channel when you do this.
Victor doesn't like.
Yeah, Flick Stand. Victor doesn't like change. Sorry,
it's true.
So this is the case, and it's actually on my phone, and I'm going to show it to you right here. And those of you who have a Fold, I would not switch. The folds. I still love the Fold, even if you don't have a Fold 5. The Fold 4 is a great phone. There's going to be a new Fold coming out this year, and I think it's going to be amazing. All right, so you see how this looks? Basically, it has a MagSafe, so it connects magnetically. But what I like is that it also has this kickstand, and it's a really, really nice kickstand.
Mine is better.
I love the feature. So now you have one there, and that one is, who's that one from?
Poetic.
It's Poetic. So you want to show that again?
So
you have that one right there from Poetic. That is that's also a great case. We'll put the links out there for you. And then here's another one. And you guys know that, and we have a lot of cases, right? And I'm just picking out a couple. So UAG, you know, you guys have seen me talk about them a lot. UAG, I really like the way their cases look and feel.
They do make good cases.
And then they have this one. This is their.
That's pretty.
This is their. What is it called again? It's the EX version. So it's an EX case, or XTE. It's the XTE version, and it's for their plasma series. And I love the fact that it has a clear polycarbonate. And if you notice it in an angle, it kind of has almost like a honeycomb pattern. Can you see that in the corner? See how it has that there? And then what it does is it has the magnetic solution. It has the kickstand, but guys, the kickstand is also, for those of you who like, you know, doing one of these things, the kickstands can be used like that, right? So if you want to do the selfies, and then also, or if you want to do something like this where you're doing the wide one, what's up, right? Or if you're going to be, you know, watching movies, right? So I thought I'd share that with you because I thought that these are some really cool ones. And you can see how the MagSafe works. The cases are right now stuck together because of the magnetism that it has, and you can charge. So that's one thing I want to share.
One because my mom is still rocking the Samsung S10e because I refuse to upgrade her. She is not paying the monthly payments. I told her she should pay for it.
Yeah, especially for the free, and you know, something as old as that. So outside of keeping up with tech, let's not say keeping up with tech, but the updates. An S10, I'm not sure. Do you know if she's getting upgrades, the software upgrades, the actual security patches? That's the piece that I'd be concerned about, because malware, identity theft, all that stuff is real. And you could,
Yes.
you have to be careful about that stuff. That's the stuff that I would be worried about. So let's switch to the next topic. And you guys know that we do a lot of coverage on on 3D printing. And let me see if I can switch over. Something weird's going on right here. So we're going to go ahead and switch to this one right here. All right, there we go. And great company, Bambu Labs. Bambu Lab is a 3D printing company that I would say transformed and changed the way 3D printing is viewed and the speeds in which things take place in 3D printing. Things that used to take hours take minutes. Things that used to take days take hours. And they basically are having some trouble. They very good company, but every company has some challenges. They provide printers for us to review on the channel. So they support us from a sponsorship perspective and providing products. So thank you for that. And it's unfortunate, but it's also a very responsible thing that they're doing. What they've noticed, and I'm going to scroll down right here, is that the cables on some of their new printers, and this is a very affordable, transformational printer, high speed, that literally you can create things in minutes or hours that would take days to create. Basically, it's having this kink factor that you see right here. And this kink factor is driving basically potential shocks and could become a fire hazard. Now, there's a couple reasons why something like this could happen. One is going to be manufacturer defect, right? The other thing could be handling, but even if it's handling, it's still a manufacturer defect. And what could have happened is when folks were putting these printers together, they rested the printer on the tail right here, and then that caused the damage to take place. So what's happening is the actual printer itself goes back and forth as it's printing forward and back. And then the cable continues to bend more and more. And then it gets to the point where there could be a short, which could lead to a fire.
Yeah.
So these type of situations require, I would say, extreme courage for a company, because this is huge reputational risk. It's also huge from a fire perspective, from a loss perspective. So you have to take this kind of stuff very seriously. And let's face it, 3D printing is used not just by adults, but it's also used by children.
Schools.
It's in the school system.
Yeah.
There are print farms that have these printers because of the affordability and the speed. Literally, I have friends that used to have 80, 100 printers, and they replaced them with, a couple dozen Bambus because they print so fast and so well. So spoke to a couple folks from their company, and they're basically, the new year is coming up in Asia. There's also going to be the upcoming holiday that's taking place, and these guys are working really hard to make sure that they provide the right process. So for those of you who may have picked up this printer and are concerned about it on the A1, they do have some explicit instructions that they recommend that you do not use the actual printer, that you return it. And there's a couple options. If you picked up the printer at Micro Center, they're asking you to take it back to Micro Center. Micro Center will give you a full refund, no questions asked. And they will provide you with an $80 credit for another purchase of another Bambu product. And there are other printers out there that they have that are not suffering this defect, like the P1S, which is a great printer. The other option that they'll give you is that if you choose to hold onto your printer and not return it, again, this is for the A1, they will give you, I believe it's $120 voucher towards the purchase of anything on their website. And that works out really well too, because you're talking about having, what I would say is filament. You can have a printer, another printer.
Yeah.
You can get one of the other printers, and that $80 or $120 that you can use towards a purchase. The difference is that with the $120, you're basically saying, I'm going to hold on to the printer. I'm not going to get rid of the printer. I'm not going to send it back. And then you'll do is you'll wait for them to give you a kit that you can use to fix the printer, right? So if you choose to keep the printer, and then they'll send you a new, it's not going to be a board. I don't know what the entire mechanism is going to look like or how much they'll give you, but whatever that thing is connected to, to whatever degree. It could be just, you know, the heat solution or not, the bed, whatever they'll do. Basically, bottom line is that they'll give you $120 with the part to fix it. If you give them the printer back, they'll give you the full refund plus $80. So that, I think, is a really good choice. And I think it's, you know, very, I think it's a good thing that they are taking this so seriously, because of the seriousness that really is involved with something like this. And Nelda, you obviously seen how these printers work. What do you think?
I love Bambu. They're quiet, they're fast, and what you make out of it is just so clean.
Yeah.
So clean.
The quality of everything, and we don't have any prints that I can. Oh, you know what? I can probably grab. Here is something to give you guys an idea of what something would look like. So this is a Bambu print. I'll go ahead and bring it a little bit closer.
Can you make the screen?
Yeah, it's showing up big over there. Just for us, it's a little bit smaller. Let me go ahead and maximize it. So here's the print. And so this is actually a something that we do. This is a jig for a Laser Pecker 4, and it allows you to have interchangeable parts that we've been designing for folks that like to do laser engraving. I have a lot of other parts that we run, but again, those are your choices. Either return it and you'll get an $80 voucher, even if it's Micro Center, or if you get it through Bambu, depending on where you purchase it. So you're going to take it back to where you purchase it, hold on to it, fix it yourself when the part's available, and that could be a month from now, it could be longer. They haven't defined it, and then you'll get a $120 voucher, and you can use that for whatever you like.
Oh.
Is there a comment out there you wanted to bring up?
Yes, I'm trying to.
Okay.
So he says, no update for the Samsung S10, but I made sure that I told my mom not to use anything that she pays for.
Yeah.
I gave her the rundown.
Yeah, good.
I pay for her bill monthly.
Oh, nice. Good for you.
Oh, he's a good son.
Yes. All right, so Bambu, that's one thing that I just wanted to share with you guys. You know, unfortunate, happens in business, but I'm glad that they're taking responsibility for it and then doing something about it.
And they're giving you options, so.
And they're giving you, they're giving you lots of options. All right, so next one that I wanted to share with you is we did a review, and this is I kind of want to call it a comeback story. Maybe it's not a good comeback story, but Creality is another great brand that we work with, and they're an innovation machine. Like sometimes they come out with too many products, in my opinion, like too fast, and you haven't finished with one version, and then you already started the next version. And they basically, again, K1C is a new printer. They've had a product called the K1, and they just launched the K1C. We were very fortunate and want to thank them for getting us the printer to review. When we were at CES 2024, we talked to our rep, and they said, there's one coming, and we were able to get it in. And I've had it for a couple of weeks testing it. And I'll tell you, there's a K1, there's a K1 Max, and now there's a K1C. This has had so many different improvements, and it is one of the easiest printers on the market for the price point. For the speed, it is like crazy fast, just like the Bambu's is. It doesn't do multicolor like the Bambu does, but if you are looking to, build a print farm, or if you're looking to get only do single color, then this is a great printer, and I've been really happy with it. And it does a real nice job also with carbon fiber. Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of carbon fiber type prints as well with it, and everything has just been working just as I would say some of the first K1s should have when they first came out. So let's face it, there was some growing pains for sure there. But if you're considering a 3D printer and you're looking for an alternative, right? There's Bambu, there's also Elgu, which also delivers printers for us, and they're also a great brand. We also have Kiti, we have FlashForge, which is an also great brand as well. But let's face it, it's like toasters, it's like appliances. Some people like the look of certain products than others. You're looking for a high-speed printer, this is a great printer. And you've seen the stuff that comes off of this printer as well, right?
I would say it's very comparable to Bambu.
The quality will prints side by side, same filament on both machines, and it's really hard to tell the difference.
I hate when you tell me, can you tell which one is which?
I ask her which one is which, and she can't tell. But I tune all our machines so that they come out that way. All right, the other thing that I just wanted to highlight when we for all the topics that we had today. So we have there's more products that are going to be coming. We have some holidays going on in Asia, which means things are going to get a little bit slower in some areas.
You said 2 weeks?
It's going to be 2 weeks. It's a 2-week holiday, but we do have a lot of stuff that's already come in from CES, and we're going to be reviewing those things.
I know you've been reviewing a lot of headsets.
Yeah, I have a lot of headsets, and I also have a lot of mics. And so you guys are going to see tonight, there's going to be some more audio products coming out. Let me bring one in. Grab this one right here. This one I can talk about. It's not under embargo. This is the Legacy. These are the Legacy 900 Legacy Plus. And these sound great. Has active noise canceling, has great bass, mids, and highs. It's just a fantastic product, and it's super comfortable. Comes with a really small case and has transparency mode as well. Make sure you follow us, come to the channel, because you'll be able to hear how they sound. We do binaural audio tests, which means that we have these special mics that are studio grade that basically we insert these things into, and it records and captures audio so that it can capture what you would hear. Now, and there's differences. Like there's definitely some differences, even if you're not using, high-end audio. And
I actually like.
Yeah, it has like what is it? It's almost like a carbon fiber. Is it like almost like a carbon fiber? Yeah, it's somewhat like that. So check that out, guys. So it has that really cool look on the side. I really like these. They sounded really well. We also have some in-ear monitors that we received from One More, which are the P50s. Those, if you like, so this isn't what in-ear monitor, but the ones that from the P50s are smaller. These are from Audi or Odyssey, and then they basically are planar magnetic, so that's why they're a little bit larger. But we have a lot of stuff. I'm just looking at the stuff that we have that we can talk about that we will be posting. And then we have some other things that we're going to be talking about, from bone conduction headphones. And I think that's all I can say right now. But a lot of products that are here and ready. And we also have a scooter that we're waiting for that has the ability to convert into, get this, guys, it's like a snowmobile. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that one, basically, you're able to take the treads from the back, remove it, put a tread like a snowmobile, and then in the front, you change the front tire. It transforms. You basically have skis in front. It is.
That's the reason why you're upset that the snow melted?
I was so upset because we ran out of snow. Oh. And I'm hoping we get snow again, or else I'm going to have to figure out where do I take this thing we had to find real snow. Maybe Wisconsin. It's somewhere. I had to find somewhere where there's snow, because I just have to ride this thing. I just have to ride it in the snowmobile mode. I just can't imagine what is it like to have a scooter that converts to a snowmobile and you can just zip around.
Oh my God, you can be like a little kid at a candy store.
Or that, or in the hospital really quick. So that's one of those two things. So guys, that concludes today's show. We have more stuff coming, lots of stuff coming. We do really appreciate your support. Thanks for the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you basically follow us, comment. It really helps. It helps us grow, and that's what we're here all about.
Yeah. Next week, what's next week, guys?
What's next week?
Next week, Sunday.
What is next week, Sunday? Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I'm not rooting for anyone.
So we're for Chicago, but if you are going for 49ers, go 49ers. If you go for the Chiefs, go Chiefs. And
may the best team win.
And we'll just be in Chicago bitter and say, go Bears. It's like, I don't know. Oh no, we won't.
Thank you, Fred.
We have a lot of friends out there that are supporting.
We got a lot of family friends in California. 49ers. So.
Yeah, so the 49ers. There's a lot of 49er fans and friends out there. Except it's going to be who is it that you said is going to make the difference? It's not the players. It's Taylor
Swift.
And she's with the Chiefs.
Yes.
All right, we'll see if it comes true. Nelda's prediction is that.
Well, the Chiefs are going to win.
That the Chiefs are going to win because of Taylor Swift.
Because of Taylor Swift.
I don't know how true that is.
I don't know. That's just all over social media. I don't know. I'm just conspiracy theorists.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. All
right, guys. Well, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Not next Sunday.
Oh, no. It's Super Bowl.
We're going to let you guys watch Super Bowl.
No, it won't be next Sunday. We're going to skip the Sunday because Super Bowl is way more important than this.
Yeah, they don't want to see us.
No, they want to see us. You want to see the Super Bowl. And guess what? We want to see the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's all right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, guys.
Bye.